This is a training on OKTA, which is a complete identity and access management cloud-based IAM solution. And now what I'll do is I'll share my screen and show you the agenda, what I have planned for this training. So let's proceed ahead. Okay. Please let me know if my screen is visible.
Yes, we can see.
Okay, so this is the training agenda for OKTA. In OKTA training, so first of all, we will have the introduction session where we'll talk about the trending products, identity and access management products in the market. What is identity and access management, cloud computing overview, and then we jump to the OKTA part as a product. In OKTA, we'll talk about the architecture in the starting, some business cases, and there are various topics within OKTA, various modules which are related to, because OKTA is an identity and access management product. So it is made up of identity management and access management, wherein we mainly focuses on the identity management part, which is on the user's life cycle, like joining the company, managing the access, and leaving the user leaving the organization like that. And on the access management front, where we talk more on the access related part. So overall access, you can say authentication and authorization will be the main focus over here. And apart from this, in OKTA, as we know that it is a SSO based IAM portal. SSO means single sign-on. So we will have more focus on the SSO part as well. So here the topics like creation of users within OKTA people, what is OKTA mastered concept, directory-based integrations, different types of application integrations will be there. OKTA group creation will be there along with the rules creation, email configurations, notifications, Okta admin panel and administrator aspect things we'll be discussing. Okta end client overview we'll be having. There will be one browser plugin with the name Okta browser plugin. We'll be having discussion on that. Reporting part, admin rights, network behavior detection. Like nowadays, if we want to restrict the users from particular region, or particular network, if we want to block the IPs, how we can blacklist, whitelist those areas or those particular traffic coming from those particular regions. So that discussion, self-service registration, which is a feature where we can have a self-service related operations like self-service password reset or registrations for the users. Okta security settings, creating the custom policies, having Okta universal directory, user profiles, attribute mappings, Okta to Active Directory end-to-end integration will be where we will be integrating Okta with Active Directory, and then we will pull the data from Active Directory and we will perform end-to-end provisioning as well. Provisioning means from Okta, we'll create some users and we will provision to Active Directory. Password sync overview, delegated authentication, wherein if Okta is authenticating the users, but after Active Directory integration, if Okta wants to give the responsibility of authentication to any directory like Active Directory or LDAP, then how that can be configured. So that is a delegated authentication feature that we have. So in this training, the focus will be to start with the basics, go with intermediate topics and then the advanced topics as well. So under advanced topic, one of the topic will be on the REST APIs part, because nowadays many REST APIs are coming to picture in multiple use cases and environments. So overview of Okta Expose REST APIs. What are the APIs which are getting used by Okta? How we can utilize those APIs, how we can use with the help of Postman. There is another tool called Postman also that I'll be demonstrating. With the help of that, how we can tackle Okta related features, like if we want to create a user, if we want to create an application outside of Okta, like from outside, there is any third party application. If we want to handle Okta from there, then how to handle that with the help of REST APIs, API token generation, dealing with the APIs through Postman. So this will be another, I would say, an advanced topic that we'll be touching on. Then we have user lifecycle procedure that comes under the lifecycle management, provisioning concepts, application assignment. Then we have another module of Okta called SSO, where we will first of all discuss on the introduction part, what is SSO. Then we will see different SSO based protocols like SAML protocol, OIDC protocol, OAuth, or SWA, which is secure web authentication. So we'll talk about this. And whenever I'm saying that we will talk about this, it's not only the theoretical concept. This whole training will be like 70% practical and 30% theoretical. So the main focus will be on the hands-on experience so that we will get proper understanding of end-to-end flows, what is actually happening. Then we have another topic called Okta MFA, which is multi-factor authentication, wherein we will talk about different types of authentication mechanism. Apart from the basic authentication of username and password, there are various, you can say, applications through which we can have one more factor of authentication, like Okta Verify, Google Authenticator, Microsoft Authenticator, utilizing that. So how to configure that, we'll be discussing. Then we have schema overview and modification, which is related to the schema attributes, user related attributes or application related attributes. Another concept we have within Okta is workflows. So through workflows, how to have automation in place, like for user suspension, how we can have automation in place. So we'll see one of the use case over there, how we can utilize this. And another advanced concept that is related to identity providers. Like these days, whenever we are logging or signing up to any application, they provide an option of sign up with Google, sign up with Facebook, these types of concept, wherein we will get authenticated with Google or Facebook or any other identity provider. So that kind of concept along with its end-to-end implementation, how we can configure in Okta and how we can utilize Okta with that. And finally, the assessment will be there. So these are the overall topics and modules that is there for this training, and it's covering all the modules of Okta. And this training is divided into, actually, it's 28 hours training, wherein we will have 14 hours online sessions and 14 hours offline, wherein you need to work on some practical use cases that I'll be giving you on almost on daily basis. So this is the brief of the agenda. If anybody has any questions, we will take it up. And just before that, I'll show you that this is how Okta portal looks like, wherein we have a lot of options related to people, that means user creation, groups creation, directory-based integration, which is Active Directory, self-service registration options. We have customization features, domain, branding, even logos and all branding part, we can have modifications. We have various applications that we can integrate with Okta, like you can say, like Salesforce application, Facebook, YouTube, various applications through SSO we can have. Various settings under security, we can have authentication policies, multi-factor authentication, identity providers. And then we have workflows, some automations we can have. Okay, so we will be going through all these things one by one, and lot of practical works will also be included over here. So this is the brief of our trading approach that we'll be having. So now over to you guys. If you have any questions, what are your expectations? And just wanted to know your thoughts.
Hi, I have one inquiry about this. So this
Yeah.
is only the admin part, right?
This is covering the admin part as well as the
Develop
development related aspects as well.
Development part is only the API part, right? The coding part.
Coding part is over here, API part. Yes,
API,
coding
yeah.
part is
Post,
API part. And apart
yes,
from this, like where we have to write some rules that
right.
will be covered. And apart from this, in attribute mappings, in whenever we
Mm-hmm.
will do directory integration or any application integration, we need to
Okay.
write some scripts over there,
Yeah, yeah, correct.
like
So
in provisioning also.
will it
Yeah.
be covered in this session, or for development it will be different?
Okay, so development, can you name a few things what specifically you wanted? because
I-
Okta as a product will be covering
correct.
definitely at least these topics. And
Mhm.
anything specific, can you name it?
Name in the sense that I'm looking for some, API things, the CLI, all this thing. So,
Yeah, so API things, one thing can be
mm,
done like this
okay,
training plus the API expansion. There will be a separate session for that. Then you can
okay,
say a
okay.
training part 2 for that, wherein
Mhm.
once we will get the understanding of all these concepts, then we
Mm,
can have any other applications created. Then we can have an integration, writing a code, or like you can say using HTTP client or some code where we can integrate the with Okta API, REST APIs, and then we can trigger those APIs, creating users, or we can have a separate Java based applications created like that, because within Okta this is what we have.
This is
But
what, yeah, yeah.
anything, yeah,
Mhm.
anything modified, that will be a development or customization, so that
Yeah,
will be a complete, yeah, different.
sometimes it happen like if we have build application, so that time we need to connect the API with the API
Hmm.
and SDK, right? Software development
Correct,
kit.
correct.
So for that purpose, like, would it be like a different course or like I mean, uh, I totally agree that that part is not comes under this
Hmm.
admin part, right?
Hmm.
So yeah, for that, like, do you have any other different classes or the same classes you
Yes.
can
So in that case, the thing is, if it is, there are two things. One
right?
is that if anybody is starting Okta, okay,
Mm,
and having like few months of experience in Okta, for that
mm.
person, this training is a prerequisite. Okay. And if
Okay.
you think that you already have experience to whatever is there, then
Mm.
definitely there will be a separate training for that. That will be
Oh,
purely based on the development.
okay. Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. No problem. Any other query, anyone? Okay. So I think